in Urgot just because he's going to fall off in damage late game. And yeah, he fell off on damage, but his ultimate forced Deft into the early QSS, as well as his tankiness, there was just no way that Deft could get through that tank line.
Yeah, there's Pawn's LeBlanc being removed once again. Unlimited Potential don't want to have to deal with that. And really, Pawn was kind of all over the place with the Twisted Fate. In the beginning, he was looking for kills. Then he went for the Zhonya's Hourglass second and decided he didn't want anything to do with it.
That's one way to explain it.
It was kind of fun to see him go all over the place, because even when the teams were dancing around Baron, Pawn was like, all right, I'm just going to shove mid.
They were doing a great job doing a 1-3-1 for the window of opportunity that they were stalling out the game and making it stagnant.
Yeah, there's Long's Rise taken off of the map.
I don't think it has to be Long's Rise. I think it's just in general Rise. I mean, it could be Long's Rise.
It could be Long's Rise. It might be Punished's Rise, but ooh, Unlimited. Wait.
Yep.
They banned the Urgot.
They want Kalista.
Interesting. The first pick Kalista. EDG. How did they respond to this?
Banning Kalista.
Well, that's one way to do it.
But then it leaves open the Hecarim. So see what they did here?
Yeah.
See what they did there?
Check, EDG. Will it be checkmate? We've got one game to find out. 8 seconds left on that last ban.
I would give it to him. I would give him a Kalista. I would ban Hecarim.
Let's see what it's going to be last second. Oh, Fizz taken off. Oh, but here's the debate. EDG say, you know what? We see your check. Kalista's open. You know who's not still taken?
Pick Hecarim.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't understand this. I'm going to explain this. So.
Oh, no. Oh, and Echo as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Urgot. Urgot was banned, so then it prompts, because Urgot's the counter to Kalista, so they're really prioritizing Sketch on this Kalista right now. In response, they leave the other priority picks open and they kill Fizz, who has a decent matchup against Hecarim in the lane. So they decide, they commit to the Kalista, but the problem is Hecarim and Echo are also great answers to Kalista. Not like specifically them, but the fact that they can get to that backline, that they can chase her down, that they can catch her. So it kind of seems like an interesting weight to me. That said, Kalista has spent the majority of her time in the LPL band. Finally, Sketch gets his hands on her. See if he's able to perform and to really prove that, yes, I deserve to have this priority pick first. I can carry us to victory on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on Sketch in the bottom, as in the last game, it was Long who was the primary carry, and this time he's going to be taking a Maokai in the top lane, while Amy goes back to that Nunu.
And again, the fact of the matter is you have Echo and Hecarim very good at sticking to the back line, about jumping back there. So what do? You immediately pick up two champions that are incredibly good at controlling space in front of you, with the Nunu and with the Maokai.
Yeah, and with Alistar now locked in for Mako, they've got a very solid front line. Looks like they're saving Deft's pick for last. You saw the Vayne hover, but it's Evelynn locked in, likely for Clear Love. That's going to put Pawn on Echo in the mid lane.
Evelynn is Clear Love's signature champion. He said at MSI that it was a perfect counter pick for Nunu, because obviously Nunu wants to counter jungle you. You can't keep track of Eve unless you ward her camps and you see her come out of stealth. So it's just really hard for Nunu to safely invade an Evelynn because he doesn't know for sure where she is.
Very interesting pick out of Clear Love to try to set that up. And so far, it looks like EDG have got a very strong counter pick composition. They've got a way to deal with Kalista. They've got a way to deal with Nunu. Last thing that they've got to deal with is Punished in the mid lane. He decides, you know what, Pawn, you took Twisted Fate in game number 1. Let me show you how it's done. Kind
of interesting that Hart decided for the Annie. It does sync up very well with Kalista on that level 6. Obviously, you have the 1-2 Tibbers into the Fate's Call, the throw.
Yes.
But instead of going for the Thresh, offering even more safety. See how Hart really works that one out. But this is the thing that I wanted to point out. The comfort picks, if Def decides to really commit onto that Corki. Eve is Clear Love's signature champion. Yeah. He only pulls it out on very important games. I mean, obviously, it was the 5th game against SKT at MSI where he revealed it again. He did it against Starholm Royal Club in the Worlds matches. So.
Yeah, clearly you can see EDG are placing some importance on this one, as they know that they are currently they have not gone 0-2 yet in the LPL this split, and they're trying to look to keep it that way. They have a very strong composition set out with this, and Unlimited Potential. looking for game number 2. Let's hope that they can keep their cool and keep it together because they're going up, once again, against the best team in the world.
So much priority put on Sketch. And again, the AD carry with the lowest gold share of any AD carry in the LPL is who their entire composition is built around.
Yeah, some serious work is going to need to come out of Unlimited Potential if they want to take this. Here you can see the lineups. That is Clear Love on Evelynn against Amy on that Nunu. And I'm really looking forward to see how EDG are going to play this out. If they go for that hyper-aggressive style that we almost saw come out of them in that last game and we've seen in the past few, or if they take it slow, or if they sit and they wait for Def to carry them.
I have a feeling that a new gear is about to shift for EDG. That said, I said that last game was going to be a ruthless bloodbath, excuse me, and it didn't turn out that way. So maybe Unlimited Potential have some tricks up their sleeve and can really make this one stick. I'd love to see a 2-0, but
yeah, it would certainly be exciting.
It's very scary.
Yeah, I know.
Every single signature pick, except for the Echo, really, is in the hands of EDG.
Yeah, but this is Echo in the hands of Pawn, who is an exceptional mid laner. He's going to be taking it into Twisted Fate for some very interesting play. But again, Unlimited Potential, putting everything on the back of their AD carry, Sketch. We're going to go ahead and load on into the Rift for our next game. And welcome back, everyone. We're 30 seconds into game number 2 between EDG and Unlimited Potential. And after taking game number 1, Unlimited Potential switched things up with a protect the carry composition. They're putting it all on the shoulders of Sketch. After seeing that Long could do so well in game number 1, they are going for a bit of a cheeky play down here. Might look to catch someone out of position.
We saw pretty much the reverse of this last game where EDG were trying to make this exact same route work for them, but they'll be spotted out by an early ward. Shouldn't see too much go down, and it looks like it will be a traditional 2v2 in the bot lane.
Yeah, that seems to be the MO of EDG right now. They still definitely have time for a recall. Timewinder finds Heart and actually hits him on both procs on the way back. You can see the Fate's Call has already been prepared, as Kalista is now soulbound to Heart's Annie. And the invade is answered. A single ward to watch the Gromp camp. Clear Love looking to start the blue of Unlimited Potential.
Incredibly important that they actually got that ward onto the Gromp camp because they need to figure out what side of the jungle Eve is starting to play accordingly to her pressure points and gank paths on the map.
Yeah, there are some forward pings going down. Looks like Unlimited Potential are trying to spot this out as they look for the lane swap. Heart should find Koro there, and seeing Koro should know that Clear Love is going to start on that side. Mako setting up a freeze for Deft, and the lane swap is successful. Clear Love is forced to start with his red.
It's actually pulling the wave. Mako walking in, yeah, he walked into the creep wave, and he got the aggro from the creeps and then pulled it back into his wave. We'll see how they manipulate it, and ooh, Heart though.
Yeah, getting a bit aggressive here. He does find Clear Love, shows himself a bit too aggressive. Some assist pings are going down as Clear Love has taken some serious damage. The auto attacks are dishing out. Smite heals Clear Love back up, and this is a rough start for Clear Love.
A little bit of a misstep, though, from Heart. Showing himself too early as opposed to looking for the kill.
Ooh, lots of damage from Pawn. He might try to go for the first blood. No, just brings Punish down to 200 health. Says that's the best you can do to trade and just goes back to CS.
Unfortunately, Twisted Fate doesn't have a lot of tools for himself in the mid lane to help out in those trades. It's more about how he can impact and affect the entire map with the use of his Destiny.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of that just yet. Looks like Amy is going to start off with a double buff. Smite now used to secure it. And that puts Amy in a little bit of a better situation than Clear Love. However, Clear Love is still doing just fine. The Trinket Ward has fallen off with the Gromp camp, and he's just going to keep on farming it up.
That said, typically when there's a lane swap like this, there's so much attention going to the side lanes in the enemy jungle that it pretty much isolates the mid lane matchup, which, I mean, is, I guess, good for Punish because he doesn't have to count on maybe an Evelynn gank, but that pretty much leaves him the 1v1 against Echo, who has absurd burst potential. And as I say this, he's about to get 4-man ganked.
Yeah, there is a roam coming out from Amy. You can see Heart was there as well, and no one's able to find anything as Pawn, playing to his strong side of the map, was able to see it coming in time. Got out of there. Koro makes it to his turret and then immediately backs away, knowing that the 4-man roam squad from Unlimited Potential could look to find him. They wait out the minion wave to dodge the vision, but the trinket from Koro spots him.
And that's also why it typically isolates the mid lane matchup, is because it's just so easy to walk to the strong side of your map since you have a numbers discrepancy on one side, so you just walk to your team.
Yeah, we see some vertical jungling coming out now from Unlimited Potential after they did clear out their red buff. So early shove from Sketch looks to potentially take that top tier 1, then match Deft on the bottom side, but Deft is setting up a freeze. Or not.
No, he is. He's letting it push back into him.
Oh, he's burning it?
No, he's freezing the wave. He's not trying to set up a fast push.
Gotcha.
Although he could be building up the... I mean, he can choose if he wants to build up the wave as Clear Love and Koro move through the jungle and try to get more pressure on it. But I think what they're trying to do is catch the enemy top laner coming down to pick up the wave. But in response, Amy is heading down with him.
Yeah, Long doesn't manage to steal away the smaller Krug. Clear Love and Koro get it and get the heck out of there. And so far, things look to be rather calm and cerebral. It is a minor gold lead for Unlimited Potential. You can see a minor differential opening for Punished, as he is a full wave ahead. And a little bit of a CS lead for Sketch, as he is shoving just a little bit harder than Deft, but he does have that bigger wave stacked up for him.
This would be great if UP can take the first tower as well as then rotate their bot lane back down bot and try for dragon control.
We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that first dragon. We mentioned Unlimited Potential in the previous game. Managed to take the first dragon and then ended up going the entire game without seeding a dragon to Edward Gaming. So obviously that's going to be a little bit higher on the priority list for EDG, as they did trade a few dragons for turrets, but they just weren't able to turn those turrets into inhibitors and end up winning the game. And yeah, even letting the wave clear itself out just a bit before he takes this turret.
Denying as much EXP and gold as possible to Koro before he returns to that lane in the top. So now the question is, where is the bot lane going to go? I suspect into the bottom side of the map as Pawn goes aggressive.
Yeah, once again, you can see him trading really effectively with Punish. The Fiendish Codex first on top of a Doran's ring. So Pawn clearly wants to try to bully Punished out of lane. He's doing a pretty decent job so far, but he is down just a bit in CS. Clearlove with the Smote Raptor Camp immediately gets it popped on top of a ward, so he's not going to have time to clear that much else. And Clearlove so far hasn't been terrifically effective on that Evelynn because of the defensive wards. There's even a pink in the river for Unlimited Potential on the top side.
A lot of Evelynn's gank pressure comes from flanks, and with the ability of her ultimate, it's more about the fact that she creates paranoia around the map, but obviously in a lane swap situation that means less because it's not about extending or being safe, it's about playing to your numbers advantage. So good idea to lane swap when Eve's in the game. But effectively, he's just been farming, and he has quite a significant amount of farm over Amy. That's 13 to 24. And again, it means so much more because they are jungle camps versus just lane creeps.
Yeah, we do have Amy looking for a potential gank in the mid, but doesn't quite find it. Hart down there as well as the AD carries match in the bottom. And the lane swap ends up being pretty heavily in favor of Unlimited Potential, as they did take that first tier 1 turret, and so far it looks like they're still keeping their own top tier 1 to answer.
Yep, they're playing the early game very well right now. See how they transition this into possible dragon control, or when things will really start exploding around the map. Now, we do have the level 6 coming up from Sketch. That said, Hart, of course, has been roaming around only level 3, and kind of the big power point and big kill pressure for bot lane is going to be when you have that Tibbers and Fate's Call available.
Yeah, we see Pawn setting up a bit of a kill onto Punished, but doesn't want to take any chances. The aggressive pressure from Sketch and Hart in the bottom lane keeps Deft under the turret as they manage to get some auto attacks off. Deft seems like he's starting to take a bit of damage from the pressure. We even have Amy with a ward on the Gromp camp. And take a look at the vision right now for Unlimited Potential. They've got pinks all over the map to watch for Clearlove to make sure that they aren't caught out of position, so they can continue playing this early game. Ooh. Teleport coming in. There's even the Destiny Gate as they're going to find Mako. He's taking some damage, forced to flash away. Hart flashes aggressively in, lands a two-man stun. Heal is burned. Deft doesn't have his flash anymore. They're diving. Long is going to go down. They trade 1 for 1 so far, but Sketch isn't done just yet. He gets another kill of his own. Here's the rest of EDG, but they're coming in 3v4. Sketch dodges the ultimate with a great flash, but still gets caught in the AoE, and EDG trade those 2 kills over for 3 of their own. Hart is on the wrong side of this base. He's going to be caught by EDG and almost certainly going to go down.
What looked so good for Unlimited Potential, especially as Hearts caught off on the back half there. The kill does importantly go over to Pawn. It just was a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too overzealous, diving the second tier tower, trying to pick up the kill on Deft. I feel like they should have just grabbed the first one and then consolidated, covered each other's flanks, and walked themselves out safely. But a fantastic counter teleport from Koro and his Hecarim. We talked about Long's Hecarim, how amazing it was last game. Koro's Hecarim is an absolute monster.
Yeah, we can see already 1-0-2. Really solid play coming out of EDG with that flank. And with that, they are now up in kills, and they have evened the discrepancy in gold despite being down that first turret. So things looking a little bit better for EDG here in Game 2.
The beautiful thing about Koro, whether he's on Maokai, whether he's on Hecarim, or whether he's on Gnar, is just his teleport and how he sets up fights with EDG. What's amazing about their coordination, their synergy, and just their overall communication is they can come from so many different angles into a team fight and collapse perfectly. That's very hard to do because, oh, hold on though.
Yeah, Amy looking for a potential dive as they find Deft and Mako going just a bit aggressive. Long still alive, but Amy is running away from his turret. Koro chases him down. And Amy, barely makes it out of that.
Devastating charge pushed him out of the initial rocket.
Yeah.
They might have killed him there. That's unfortunate, but they get what they came for, which is this tower.
Yeah, Long needs to try clearing that minion wave if he wants to make it under the turret, but first he's got to make it under the turret. They set up the dive, and they execute it perfectly.
Great juggle of the tower Iger right there. So they eventually do get a kill. They won't get the tower, but in response, Unlimited Potential correctly call for the dragon.
Yeah, they take the bottom tier 1 and secure the dragon. Punish doesn't have his Destiny Gate just yet, so he can't help out. Pawn setting up a dive himself. He's got his Chrono Break. Punish is taking a lot of damage here. Clearlove coming to help him out. It doesn't even matter that the turrets are there anymore because they chase him so far out they get away from them. They secure the kill.
Mako's there looking for something more. Oh, they're taking so low.
Pawn, he's baiting it. He's trying to bait it. Oh, man.
Yeah, he still had his ultimate.
That would have been cool.
Good job, Amy, not taking the bait.
Yeah, Amy does get out of there alive, and now it's EDG up 4 kills.
We talked about how with Amazing J, EDG had defined themselves as that big skirmish team, especially on the back of Pawn, but it's really Koro. And this is the thing that I wanted to go back to, how the team fighting works with EDG. So they're so good at collapsing at different angles and making sure that everyone's on point coming into the fight at the same time, because that can be so dangerous. If one person's not perfectly timed with the rest of the team, the enemy team just gets to turn on the person who's collapsing from a certain side, delete them, and then look at a 4v5 advantage. So look for this as we start setting up for dragon fights and later game, mid-game fights, is how they'll come from different sides. Koro will always come from the back, always start the fight, and it's always perfectly timed.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on Koro's performance on Hecarim so far. He does go for the Merc Treads home guard first, as he is rocking the Smite instead of the Flash, and Long looks like he might be caught out of position by this swap from EDG as they send Deft and Mako to the top. Another dive is being set up onto Punished once again, but looks like he's able to make it out of that one as he's got back up from Sketch and Hard.
Yeah, Clearlove looking again around the side. Pawn just playing so forward, so aggressive, really showing that he understands Mako's damage potential. Early when he was looking for trade against Twisted Fate, if you notice, he actually took the cleanse. So it's there for the gold card. And he didn't burn the cleanse on some of these initial trades because they understood I don't have the damage to continue this and to look for an all-in. I'm going to save it for when I know that I can pop this guy. So you think you have a gold card? I have a cleanse and I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, some really solid play out of Pawn so far as he is now 1-0-2 in this game. And I'm really excited to see how things are going to transition out of this because EDG are up in kills, but right now, Unlimited Potential are actually up in objectives, which is a complete swap from game number 1.
Unlimited Potential played the early lane swap so well, making sure that they got the early tower. As soon as they saw where the resources of EDG had been placed around the map, transitioned it into the initial dragon, which again, they had an abysmal initial dragon stat, and they've completely turned it around, and they're turned around their flavor of team and turned around their objective performance.
Yeah, I don't know quite what just happened, but it appears as though we did get a kill onto Mako just there, as it's now 5-6 instead of 4-6, and we're also seeing some pretty effective gold now out of Unlimited Potential as they even things right back up. But yeah, exactly as you said, they were able to get that first dragon and help beat that statistic.
Something that's very Mako-oriented, he has the Mobies. He has the Mobies and a Sightstone. I'm curious if he's going to do it this game, but kind of the trend that he'll do is he'll upgrade his Sightstone very early into a Ruby Ruby
Crystal.
Sightstone.
Yep, Ruby Sightstone.
I was like, is it a Sightstone? Yeah, the Ruby Sightstone, which obviously he can't place more than 3 wards on the map, or at least 3 vision wards. Obviously, he can have 1 pink ward, but it allows him more charges. And why this is important is because Mako will just roam around with Deft, and EDG are so good at finding these skirmishes and being very aggressive and kind of roaming around the map that the Ruby just allows him to continually pick up his wards on elongated excursions and kind of just where he goes, I ward my flanks and cover the entire area.
Yeah, and speaking of vision, Unlimited Potential have got some serious vision control right now. The double Sightstone definitely paying off as Hart and Amy have got numerous wards all over the entrances to the mid lane, all over the jungle side of EDG. It's really exciting to see Unlimited Potential match the ward control and keep vision up with Edward Gaming.
Well, it's also very important against a game where Eve is present.
Yeah.
Again, it's not... They did a good job on placing pink wards into the river just to see high traffic areas for Evelynn to possibly walk through, but it's really just about making sure that you have the camps warded. Again, you ward the red buff, you ward the raptor camp, and you don't have to ward both sides of the map. You can just do one. Eve comes out of stealth when she starts her camps up, and then you say, okay, Clear Love's on the top side of the map, play passive there, bot lane, you can go ham. Or if you don't see her, then it's, oh, Clear Love's on the bottom side of the map. So top side, play ham.
Yeah, then you can go bacon.
Bacon.
Instead of ham. But yeah, this is really exciting to see. Unlimited Potential, most other teams might have crumbled now under the pressure from Edward Gaming. I mean, that's what we saw when they played RNG. It was a 55-minute elongated slaughterfest. And then game number 2, Edward Gaming just turned up the heat and demolished them in a 20-minute game. Same thing we saw yesterday when they played, I believe it was against Masters.
The thing that's important to note is, again, the addition of Koro, the synergy, the captain of the team, and just the comfort level of EDG and how it elevates their team fight performance is that in the, exactly as Koro's on the screen right now, in the initial team fight that we've had, of course, it was kind of like a teleport, counter-teleport, that EDG came up on top. So yeah, Unlimited Potential are ahead right now because it's mostly been about, you know, making slight rotations, things like lane swaps, but it hasn't been, you know, we've won multiple team fights back to back to back. And as we get closer to this mid game, and especially to the late game, where you're going to be running into EDG more, I'm curious how that power dynamic is going to shift. And if Unlimited Potential will be able to keep up with Koro's presence on EDG.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on whether or not Koro is able to snowball. He is on that very scary Hecarim, in which last game we saw Long do some serious work with that. So it should be very curious to see how that all works out. And then again, in the mid lane, oh, here's actually a replay. Oh, this is the fight that we missed during the
where
brief
Mako
disconnect.
got deleted from the map.
Yeah, so let's see what happens here. Mako actually ends up overextending a little bit. Pawn joins it out. There's a lot of AoE to try to burn Clear Love down. I think they might actually kill him. They chase Pawn away from the back of the fight. The Ren should certainly get him. Yeah, they kill Pawn. They are even able to kill Clear Love, and this is not 1 kill. This is now 2, and it could definitely be 3 as they now find Mako. He doesn't have the unbreakable will. There's Punish dishing out auto after auto. Without a tier 1 to run under, Mako's going to end up going down here. Wow, Unlimited Potential playing very strong.
I'm fairly certain that this is our lovely production, just keeping the audience up to tabs on what had happened to the game and what we missed during our brief.
Yeah, speaking of what we missed, we're right back into the game just now. Pawn finds Amy, dishes out a bit of harass, and then walks away.
That said, EDG, big pressure points across the map. The fact that they're so far forward, even though we just saw the replay where they got, effectively
chased.
picked.
Yeah.
And they still retain the gold lead.
Very interesting that that's the case. Pawn continually looking for picks with that parallel convergence. Dragon's up in 20 seconds, and EDG have got complete control of this side of the map. More importantly, Sketch is up top. Koro's got Onslaught of Shadows. He's got Challenging Smite. Sketch is going to try kiting this out. I don't know if he's going to be too effective at it. But Koro playing it careful, playing it safe, taking a lot of spears here. Doesn't decide he wants to go 1v1. Oh no, here comes the Destiny Gate. Oh, is he going to be able to land the stun? He does have the Onslaught of Shadows. Meanwhile, a fight seems to be happening around the Dragon as Long walks through the rest of the team. No, EDG decide to trade it over for that first Dragon, but Sketch managed to get the kill onto Koro.
Yep, Koro did fall right there. In response, EDG are going to go ahead and pick up the Dragon. We'll see where they move next. Deft is grabbing the wave bottom, but with a great transition from Long to make sure that the mid wave is cleared out. EDG just can't run mid and try to take another tower off that.
Yeah, and that's going to be Unlimited Potential taking the top tier 2 turret as well. So while it is even in kills, it's now also even in dragons and even in turrets. This is a remarkably close game between the two, and Unlimited Potential are making such a strong showing for themselves.
Really cleanly played.
Yeah, the shot calling coming out of Heart, the primary shot caller for Unlimited Potential, has been so effective. And here's a Death Bush. They're going to find Koro once again. He doesn't have the Onslaught of Shadows. The slow finds him. Another big Tibber stun locks him down. He actually gets a great auto attack to try to get himself out, but he should go down to the Rend. Pawn now comes in 1v3, but it might be too late. Can he assassinate Heart? He does have the Chrono Break. He jumps back in, demolishes Heart with a very stylistic play, and suddenly Unlimited Potential have overextended, trying to chase Pawn down, but he ends up going down to punish. They have now traded 2 for 1, but EDG are just not able to put out damage without Koro, without Pawn, now without Deft. They're going down here. Mako taking a lot more, and that's a triple kill onto Punished. 4 kills for 1 in favor of Unlimited Potential.
That almost looked like EDG was going to be able to turn that one around. I was like, oh, this is disaster because Core was getting picked off and EDG are in their base. There's no way they can answer in any sort of response. That said, oh, hold on, teleport.
Yeah, Koro coming in from the backside. He doesn't have the Onslaught of Shadows. He recognizes that the team is low health and Punish just used his gold card. Here's Clearlove. If they can remove Punished away, they'll remove the main source of damage. They succeed. Clearlove gets that shutdown gold. But Koro, got to be careful here. Sketch does a lot of damage, and he doesn't want to deal with it. The CC locks him down. That's his 3rd death in the past 2 minutes.
Sketch is huge at this point. 4, 1, and 5 on this Callisto. We asked, is Sketch going to be able to carry the game? They priority picked Callista above everything else, the Hecarim and the Echo. And so far, it's paying off in huge dividends, as not only did they get a bunch of kills and a bunch of gold, but they took down the 2nd tier, mid-tier tower.
Yeah, now that that 2nd tier is down, that's going to be a turret advantage in favor of Unlimited Potential. And they're up 2,000 gold over Edward Gaming. Despite some flashy fingers from Pawn, he just wasn't able to stay alive quite long enough as Punished found the perfect positioning with the Destiny Gate combo and picked Pawn off of the map. And even though Deft had some solid damage of his own, he just wasn't able to stay alive long enough to dish it quite out. So now we're 20 minutes into the game. Barons on the map. We're even in Dragons. But Unlimited Potential have started picking up a few kills. Heart, oh man, dodges the AoE zone. He's got to take the long way around, and Fate's Call pulls him right away.
Big issue is just how aggressive and forward Pawn has been. Starting that fight pretty much. He did a great job because he traded 1 for 1, but it was on the support versus the other big AP carry, Twisted Fate, who ended up picking up a triple kill in that last team fight. So we'll see if Pawn's target priority and assassination potential, it really needs to be shifted to Callisto or Twisted Fate.
Yeah, we can see a bit of a gank being set up by Edward Gaming as they clear out the Direwolf camp and look to set up a minor death brush here.
They've been spotted.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what by.
I think it might be just a visual bug, but here's
yeah,
Destiny.
That's the visual bug. Destiny Gate looks like it could be used. Koro Long doesn't have his teleport. He's trying to get in from the backside, finds Clearlove. The stun lock comes out, and Clearlove is removed from the map. Koro just backs off.
Beautiful flash from Heart to chain the CC right there and completely delete Clearlove. That said, it doesn't transition into anything. They don't look towards the Baron. Likewise, Dragon is not up or available for them to contest. So they pick up a pick, trade Annie's flash, but it doesn't transition into any other global objective.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting choice from Unlimited Potential as they are taking their time with this. Next Dragon's now going to be up in 2 minutes. And things seem to be slowing down just a little bit for Unlimited Potential as they're taking their time with this.
We can check in with the items so far. So we've got some big items already completed. Obviously, the huge one is going to be that Callista. She has her 2-item power spike with the Hurricane as well as the Bloodthirster. So this is exactly where Callista wants to be. On the other side, though, Jeff has his Trinity Force and the makings of his Blade of the Rune King. Yeah,
and with that, it's going to be Def doing some significant damage as he now is finally able to deal some work to the backline with that Trinity Force. And EDG have still got impeccable wave control. You can see they're shoving down mid. They've got they're shoving down bottom. They've got control over the mid lane as the 2 waves are dead even. And Long did have a minor freeze in the top lane. That's going to be matched by Clearlove any second now. And so far, EDG aren't out of this just yet. They're only down 4 kills. They've got a very scary composition, so they can definitely turn it. But right now, Unlimited Potential are in the lead. Now, Dragon's up in 50 seconds, and you can see wards are the priority.
Big. So Long pushed the wave forward. His teleport's going to come up sooner than Koro's, but effectively what he's doing, he's backing, he's going to walk towards the Dragon Pit. But right now, Koro is across map with Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. It takes about 30 seconds from base to walk towards Dragon, and Koro does not have teleport available. So right now, Long has created a scenario, as I say, that he walks back top.
Yeah.
Man, Long, come on.
He's actually spotted out by a ward here, so Long is going to get a chance to get up top, push the wave, and then teleport in, whereas Koro won't have that luxury. Now, Vision is the name of the game here. Amy and Hart spot out the 4-man gank squad of EDG. They're going to clear out this pink ward right here and hopefully try to contest this next Dragon for Unlimited Potential, but this is a big one.
Big ultimates to watch. Who is going to be Pawn's target selection? Who is he going to be able to assassinate if he gets his big burst damage off? Will Koro, there he goes. No, he doesn't have the teleport quite available yet. Will Koro teleport and try to use the home guard advantage initiation potential from Hecarim? Or will Sketch be able to stay alive with the zone control options of Maokai and
There's
Nunu?
the Destiny Gate. They find Clearlove, who is looking for a flank. If they can remove him before EDG get there, that would be huge. But EDG have caught up in time. They're not able to remove Clearlove from the map. He goes low and finally ends up going down, but Unlimited Potential are all over Edward Gaming. Pawn gets a huge jump back in time to pick up 1 kill, but Sketch is so strong. He's got a double kill now, is chasing Koro further and further forward. He did manage to get the Renslow and is trying to keep up. He does get up with Long, but doesn't quite find the kill, and that's 3 kills for 1 in favor of Unlimited Potential.
Beautiful pick on Clearlove right there with the Destiny, and that will mean the tower, probably the Dragon, especially if Pawn gets caught right here.
Yeah, Pawn was looking to try getting a bit fancy, but nobody quite fell for it. The minion wave gets cleared out effectively, however, and that means that the tier 2 still standing. However, this is Dragon number 2 for Unlimited Potential.
Huge positional error from EDG. We were setting up, okay, these are the important cooldowns. This is how it has to go down, and
here's
what to look at.
Koro wants a piece of the action. The AoE field comes out. Parallel Convergence finds the stun, but he still manages to get it in time. Pawn gets destroyed. Amy gets the kill, and Koro suddenly realizes, wait a sec, this was a terrible idea. He goes down, Sketch with another kill.
I don't know what Pawn's doing. There was zero reason for him to really be there. I mean, effectively what you're looking for when Koro teleports in is he's trying to get the Dragon with just his smite, which, I mean, it's second Dragon, but you might as well try for it. But zero reason for really Pawn to approach and Unlimited Potential. Complete control of this game. And we talked about Pawn's target selection. He did delete Twisted Fate that time around, but it's Sketch. That is 8, 1, and 6, and look at the difference between these two AD carries.
Yeah, that's a 2,000 gold lead for Unlimited Potential. 1 full item up, and in the mid lane, it's an 1,100 gold. No, 12 now as Punish clears that wave in favor of Twisted Fate over that Echo. So things seem to be going pretty good for Unlimited Potential. While Long isn't the primary carry, it seems like they're able to put Sketch on the primary carry and actually have him do it.
And the beauty of it is that Unlimited Potential, it's the punishment on EDG's positioning effectively. Making a pick on Clearlove like that right before the Dragon fight is huge.
Yeah, could this be the first 0-2 game for EDG? The Destiny Gate is used by Punish for Vision and tries to find himself in the mid lane. They could swing down onto Koro as all 5 members of Unlimited Potential are down here. Long blows the Righteous Glory, but Koro backs right on up. Hart with the roam doesn't quite find him. And Edward Gaming, typical move of their sort of style of play. You see everyone go bottom, well, we'll go top and we'll take the Baron, but they decide not to pull the trigger on it.
So much passive control when that Destiny is available, and so much safety for that Baron. Unlimited Potential doing a great job with the positioning, making sure that they're sticking close, not letting EDG just get a free walk in the park as another engagement.
Out. Yeah, it's going to be Unlimited Potential and Edward Gaming fighting over the Dire Wolves, and that's actually going to be 1 kill picked up. Sketch kiting it around as best he can. Koro's nowhere near. This is EDG falling down. 3 members have died. Deft is still up, but Punished is looking for the gold card. Is he going to go for it? He does. The flash gets burned. Deft goes low, but is still alive. Koro should punish him right there. The Zanyas keeps him alive. Long is in, but that's going to be Punished going down. Deft secures the kill. Koro has got to be careful. Now that Sketch is here, he's going to end up going down. That's Edward Gaming losing 4 members for 2 to Unlimited Potential.
Where has this guy been? Punished looks fantastic this set. Yeah, the MVP went to Long last game, but Punished looked great on the victory. Immediately had a response ban against it, and is showing up huge on this Twisted Fate. Why are you...
Oh, Deft takes some wicked damage from Sketch right there, and he's still like kiting back and forth like, I don't know, should I do it? I don't know if I can. Tosses out a missile and backs away. Clearlove is now here. He spots out Heart. Heart kills Deft right now, and with Koro still dead, the Baron is secured, and Unlimited Potential are on track to beat EDG 2-0.
And I'm completely in love with Punish's Twisted Fate right now. I know that Sketch is doing crazy damage with the Callista. Of course, he's 10-1-9, so that's who everyone should be looking at. But the use of the Destiny and just punishing EDG's slight positional errors is beautiful. And that was a fly trick, throwing out the Q and then immediately proccing the Ren to try to just burst him.
Yeah. Very impressive stuff out of Sketch. Again, 10-1-9. He's even in CS with Deft right now, but he is up so much global gold. You already saw the differential earlier. It was 2.5. It's probably even bigger now, but we're 28.5 minutes into the game. Unlimited Potential have Baron. They've got vision control. They're up in Dragons, up in turrets, up in kills. Everything is going their way.
And Amy performing on a tank jungler.
He seems to have finally found his stride, I might hypothesize.
Well, their mid lane is playing phenomenally. Likewise, yeah. Sketch. The question always was, Long is the carry. And speaking of their mid lane, Punished at it again. Yeah,
once again, they find Koro with the overextension. Destiny Gate is used, but this does mean that Koro's going to send some people on a run. Deft takes some big damage from something quite, but Heart continues to chase Koro down. I don't quite know where he's going. He's trying to buy some time for EDG, but Unlimited Potential are just going to end up picking this kill.
And unfortunately, there's nothing of high priority left on the map for EDG. They are rotating towards the top side. I mean, effectively, it kind of delays the Baron timer a bit, but...
Yeah, still about another 2 minutes on that Baron. Now Unlimited Potential decide, you know what? It's time to make use of this really stellar buff that we have. Punished looks to head down to the bottom to start a split push. Long doesn't have his teleport, though that Destiny Gate will be up just a bit sooner. And here come the Baroned up minions. Will EDG be able to hold as the minions get onto the tier 2?
They just need to let this go. If they die here, they'll lose far more.
Yeah, Sketch shredding through that turret. You can see he's already 3 items, going for the Spectre's Cowl for even more. Here's the rotation. Punish doesn't have Baron buff, but he doesn't even need it, as he just does so much damage with the Lich Bane.
2 easy free towers. Still haven't broken the inhibitor line yet.
Yeah, the inhibitor's still standing for Edward Gaming, so they just might be able to stall this out, but Dragon 3 is up in 30 seconds. Unlimited Potential have got complete control over the pit. There are a few wards from Edward Gaming to spot this out, but I don't think they want to fight right now.
It's also kind of a question of what are EDG's options looking at for late game? Echo is going to be a huge factor. His burst damage will continue. Alistair's decent. Hecarim will be good. Eve really is reliant on flanking. It's very hard for her to approach someone in a back to front, but Twisted Fate, such a clutch pick as an answer for Clearlove's Evelynn.
Yeah, that's something that we've seen a lot out of this particular game, is that Clearlove, whenever he looks to go for a flank, he's either spotted out well before the flank actually happens, or they pick him off before a fight breaks out. So Clearlove is being effectively shut down by the excellent vision control of Unlimited Potential. The double Sightstone working wonders for them.
I'm all about that Destiny right now.
Yeah. Punished has been all over the map. 7, 4, and 7. You can see he's been very effective in getting these members out. Now Koro, he's slowly getting closer and closer to that late game, I'm going to murder your backline Hecarim.
Well, his first completed item was, of course, the home guard on the Merc, so that's MR. His completed tank item right now is the Spirit Passage. He's trying to get his Frozen Heart up and running, but at 32 minutes in, with Callista at 11, 1, and 9, that needed to be a high priority pickup.
Yeah, not building that seems to have been hurting him. He's 1, 6, and 7 so far as he's been picked off left, right, and center by Punished and the other members of Unlimited Potential. Destiny Gate is used. Punished takes some damage, but trades it right back. Pawn jumps the opposite direction to get out of the fight, but here's Sketch dealing so much damage. Can there be any answer from Edward Gaming to this Kalista? He's knocked away by Mako, but the rest of Unlimited Potential are just cleaning up. Koro's going to end up going down while Sketch kites Mako around. He's going to bring low this Moo Cow. Mako is going to go down here. Yeah, that's Sketch getting another kill. 3 members of Edward Gaming dead, and Unlimited Potential get themselves onto the inhibitor turret.
There's just too many power points for EDG to deal with right now. You have a huge Twisted Fate. That damage was ridiculous as Daft will finally... Oh, will he kill him?
He tries to turn it around for a kill. Pawn manages to get it, and Amy's actually going to end up going down 2. So that is a quick 2 kills, but Unlimited Potential are on the base. They're taking down the first Nexus turret. They're taking down the second Nexus turret. Unlimited Potential are going to 2-0 Edward Gaming. They're on the Nexus itself. The Nexus goes down. Unlimited Potential win.
Unlimited Potential, they pick up their very first 2-0 of the season, and EDG lose 2-0 for the very first time since their return from MSI.
Yeah, this is amazing. Unlimited Potential, you can see the smiles on their faces. These guys are not holding anything back, and right there you can see EDG not looking quite so happy.
The question was, EDG, they came out strong. They pulled out the main roster, picked up signature picks across the board, a clutch Twisted Fate pickup as a counter to the Evelynn, and a fantastic performance from Sketch's Kalista lead Unlimited Potential to victory. That was incredible.
That was absolutely incredible. And Edward Gaming, like you said, for the first time since MSI, they have just dropped a series 0-2 against Unlimited Potential, who were in 10th place of the LPL.